I'm in Brixton, South London, where an urban farming event is taking place. Let's check it out. Very nice.
Once you've grown your own tomatoes or cucumbers or whatever it is, like you can't really go back to eating them from the
ones
supermarket.
you buy at the supermarket, they don't taste like that. Urban Growth is a social organization which runs weekly drop-in sessions for people looking to learn how to grow their own vegetables, pick up general gardening tips, and help keep their local space green.
Lots of people have come and learnt skills and then gone on to study further and made gardening their career, which is lovely. Over the last couple of years, as a result of the pandemic, there's been a big increase in the number of people who are growing their own veg or want to learn the skills of how to grow their own vegetables, and also how to do gardening and how to do something tangible that actually makes a difference.
With the exception of 2018, the number of hours volunteered at Urban Growth has increased every year since its founding. In 2019, volunteer hours surged to more than 1,750, and that was before the pandemic. Urban Growth says lockdowns and social restrictions in 2020 and 2021 piqued even more people's interests.
We've been inundated this year with requests for us to help set up gardening clubs all over London actually, and I think lots of people understand that people really want that and need that.
So why did you decide to come today, Nadia?
So I just moved very close by.
Why gardening?
A friend of mine had an allotment which I've been to a lot in the last kind of 6 months, and kind of gave me the gardening bug. And I did some in lockdown. Ordered some seedlings and grew some stuff, which was pretty unsuccessful. So I was like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Got made redundant recently, so I'm like, maybe I'll just do something completely different and just retrain in something else. And I've kind of been thinking about it for a while and never really had the guts to actually do something different.
From urban farming workshops to clothing swaps or vintage fairs, events with sustainability at their core are growing in popularity. I spoke to Savia Mohammed at Eventbrite, a platform where event organizers can promote their sessions. She told me that in the second quarter of 2021, more than 90,000 attendees participated in events centered around recycling, upcycling, and other sustainable themes.
We're noticing a real trend in sustainability events coming up this year. We've seen our largest amount of attendees for sustainable events, more than doubling the second quarter of last year. And the themes kind of vary between sustainable fashion, growing your own food, and so there's just a wide breadth, but people are really becoming more conscious of how their impact on the world and how they can do better.
Hannah Porte, who organizes workshops where she teaches people how to mend their clothes, has also experienced more interest in her work.
There's definitely been more people wanting to do workshops since the lockdown, which is really great. But obviously with COVID, I had a load of workshops booked and I had to cancel pretty much all of them because of the lockdown. So then I ended up doing a lot of online workshops where I would send packs out to people. I found that really good. A lot of people, I think because they were sort of stuck at home, they really wanted to, learn how to mend their clothing and stuff because they weren't able to go shopping. So I saw a real rise in that sense.
What would you say to people that are thinking, oh, mending my clothes, it just sounds like a lot of work. Why should I do it?
I think what I would say to people is just kind of think about the repercussions of throwing your clothes away. And how the waste really does impact the planet and everyone living on it. Not only is a really useful skill to have, but it's also very sort of mindful, and it can, be quite therapeutic and relaxing as well. So it's good for your mind.
Because it's not just about fixing, you can make them more trendy.
That's it, exactly. So you can make them, you can customize them as well, so they're your own pieces.
The motivation behind attending these events varies. For some, it's about learning a new skill. For others, it's about improving their mental health or contributing to a more conscious planet. But are sustainable events just having a moment, or are they here to stay?
What's happened with the pandemic is it's forced people to reflect and be conscious about their impact in the world. So I don't see these events going away. I do actually see there being a boom, and whether they vary in terms of sustainable fashion or climate change or our impact on like food and wastage, I think these events will continue for the future.